Hey, how's it going? Anthony Schultz here from Gold Coast IELTS, where I help you absolutely destroy the written section of the IELTS exam. Today, we're going to take a look at the 3 different levels of formality for the IELTS General Task 1 letter. So a lot of people, when they do the IELTS Task 1, don't even know they need to target the letter to one of 3 different groups of people, depending on their relationship with that person. Today, we're going to discuss these 3 levels of formality, which are formal, semi-formal, and informal. And guys, if you get value from my videos, don't forget to hit the like and also smash that notification bell. Let's get started. Okay, so as I said, there are going to be 3 levels of formality when you get your IELTS Task 1 question. Let's read the box now. So formality refers to what kind of relationship you have with the recipient of your letter. If you don't know the person at all, you will write a formal letter. If you sometimes talk to the recipient, you will write a semi-formal letter. And if you are very close to the recipient, you will write an informal letter. So this person down here, probably you would write a formal letter to this guy. The picture in the middle, this is a person you see sometimes, so you would write a semi-formal letter to this person. And over here on the other side, these people are very close. You would write an informal letter to one of these people. So let's go ahead now and take a look at one example of each of these kinds of formality. So let's look at this one firstly. Let's read it. Your friend is about to celebrate a landmark birthday and has asked for suggestions as to how it should be celebrated. Write a letter to your friend. In your letter, thank your friend for inviting you to the party and say that you have some ideas about how to celebrate it. Suggest what type of party your friend could have and suggest a good place to hold the party. So this letter is obviously to a friend, and it is an informal style letter. Here's the second example. You live in a room in college which you share with another student. However, there are many problems with this arrangement and you find it very difficult to work. Write a letter to the accommodation officer of the college. In the letter, describe the situation, explain your problem and why it is difficult to work, and say what kind of accommodation you would prefer. So this letter is to the accommodation officer of the college. You probably never interact with this person, so this is going to be a formal style letter. Okay, let's look at the last example. Your neighbor has written to you to complain about the noise coming from your flat. Write a letter to your neighbor. In your letter, explain the reason for the noise, offer your neighbor an apology, and tell them what action you will take. So your neighbor is someone you see sometimes, maybe once a week or 2 or 3 times a month. So this will be a semi-formal style letter. So it can also help to just look at what kinds of letters you're going to get for each of the 3 levels of formality. So for a formal style letter, you might get a request of information from a company. You might be applying for a job. You might be complaining to a shop about a product. Or you might be making a recommendation or a suggestion. So for a semi-formal style letter, you might be complaining to a landlord, explaining something to a neighbor, or asking one of your teachers or professors for permission about something. And finally, for an informal style letter, you might be inviting or thanking someone you know well. You might be apologizing for something bad you did, or you could be asking for advice. So finally, depending on the style of the letter, you'll have to use different opening and ending phrases. So for the formal style letter, you'll say "Dear Sir" or "Dear Madam" at the beginning, and "Yours faithfully" at the end. For a semi-formal style letter, you'll say "Dear Mr. Smith" or "Dear Ms. Barrett," something like that. And at the end, you'll say "Yours sincerely." And for an informal style letter, you'll start with "Dear John" or "Dear Vanessa," that's using the first name. And at the end, you'll say "Best regards" or "Warm wishes." Okay, so I just covered the real basics of how to begin thinking about your Task 1 General IELTS letter. So in future videos, I'm definitely going to be looking at this topic in more detail, and I'm going to be making one video for each of the 3 styles of IELTS letter. So if you like this video, definitely hit the like button. It helps me a lot, and smash that notification bell so you don't miss any of my other videos. See you next time.